driver for 12 years. He had driven through storms, through empty deserts, through mountains in the middle of the night. But one night in West Virginia, he drove down a road that does not exist on any map. And he barely made it out alive. It was October of 2018. Daniel was delivering cargo through the Appalachian Mountains. His destination was Ohio, and he had been driving for almost 9 hours straight. The highway was empty. No cars. No houses. Just endless forest on both sides of the road. Around midnight, his GPS suddenly changed the route. A new road appeared on the screen. It showed a shortcut that would save almost 40 minutes. Daniel looked ahead and noticed a narrow road branching off the highway. It looked old. Almost forgotten. Trees leaned over it like they were trying to hide it. Daniel hesitated. But he was tired. 40 minutes saved meant 40 minutes closer to sleep. So he turned onto the road. At first, everything seemed normal. The truck headlights cut through the darkness as the forest surrounded him. But after a few minutes, something started to feel wrong. The radio suddenly turned to static. No stations. Just a low buzzing sound. Daniel looked at his phone. No signal. Not even one bar. 10 minutes passed. Then 15. According to his GPS, the road should have already connected back to the highway. But the road kept going deeper into the forest. Then his headlights revealed something ahead. A wooden sign standing beside the road. Daniel slowed the truck. The sign looked extremely old. The paint was faded and the wood was cracked. But the words were still visible. "Welcome to Briar Hollow." Daniel frowned. He had never heard of that town before. Still, the road continued forward. So he kept driving. A few minutes later, he saw buildings through the trees. Small houses. A narrow street. It looked like a town hidden deep in the forest. But something about it felt wrong. There were no lights in any windows. No cars. No movement. The entire town looked abandoned. Daniel slowly drove through the street. The houses were old and damaged. Broken fences. Peeling paint. Windows covered in dust. It looked like nobody had lived there for decades. Then suddenly, someone appeared in the road. Daniel slammed the brakes. The truck stopped just a few feet away. A man stood there. Perfectly still. He looked old. Maybe 70 years old. His clothes looked strange, almost like they were from another time. The man slowly walked toward the truck. Daniel lowered the window slightly. "Do you know how to get back to the highway?" he asked. The old man didn't answer immediately. Instead, he asked one question. "What time is it?" Daniel looked at the dashboard clock. 12:17 a.m. The old man's face suddenly changed. "You shouldn't be here," he said quietly. Daniel felt a chill run through his body. "My GPS brought me here," Daniel said. The old man slowly shook his head. "That road only appears after midnight." Daniel stared at him. "What do you mean?" The old man leaned closer to the window. "This town doesn't exist anymore." Daniel looked around at the dark houses. "What are you talking about?" The old man pointed toward the forest behind the town. "In 1963, a dam collapsed during a storm. A massive flood destroyed Briar Hollow. Everyone here died." Daniel felt his stomach tighten. Then something terrifying happened. Lights started turning on inside the houses. One window. Then another. Then another. Dim yellow lights glowing through dusty glass. Daniel slowly looked down the street. Doors were opening. People were walking outside. Men. Women. Children. Dozens of them. Their faces looked pale. Their eyes empty. And every single one of them was staring at the truck. The old man's voice became urgent. "You stayed too long." Daniel heard footsteps behind him. He looked in the side mirror. More people were coming from the houses. Walking toward the truck. Slowly. Silently, the old man whispered one final sentence. If they realize you're alive. Daniel didn't wait to hear the rest. He slammed the accelerator. The truck roared down the road. Behind him, the people started running, dozens of them chasing the truck through the dark street. Daniel drove faster than he ever had before. The road twisted through the forest. Branches scraped against the sides of the truck. Then suddenly, headlights appeared ahead. Real headlights. Another truck on the highway. Daniel burst out of the forest road and back onto the highway. He didn't stop driving for nearly an hour. The next morning, Daniel checked his GPS history. The road he had taken didn't exist. It wasn't on any map. Weeks later, curiosity got the better of him. He searched for Briar Hollow. And what he found confirmed everything. In 1963, a small town called Briar Hollow was destroyed when a dam collapsed during a storm. The entire town was wiped out. Every resident died. And the road leading to it was removed from maps decades ago. But locals still tell a strange story. They say that on certain nights, just after midnight, a narrow road sometimes appears where no road should exist. A road that leads deep into the forest. A road that leads to Briar Hollow. And if you take that road, you might meet the people who never left. If you enjoy stories like this, consider subscribing.